All right, let me see if I can change this.
Ooh.
We got 3 minutes to go. All right, let me turn this on. Public, publish. Now, the real question is, I have no idea if we're on or not. Let me see.
It's a good question. I have no idea either. I guess I could check your YouTube real quick.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's still...
I don't know how to see. I don't know if you have to have a link or what. I don't know how that works.
Here, let me send that to you. I'll put it in the Discord.
Oh, I see it. It's live.
We're live?
Yeah. I see myself.
Okay,
Yeah,
sweet. Let's get it.
Oh,
All right, guys. So we got alpha shares minting happening in literally less than 3 minutes. And we decided to just have Tyler on here, and we can kind of answer any of your guys' last minute questions before the AMC mint. And I think we can also kind of just go over what the AMC mint is and what's been happening up to this date. But we'll wait for some people to get in here, and I'll share the links. I don't know, Tyler, if you wanted to share that on your...
Doing that right now. Yep.
Sweet.
All right. Playing with two computers at once.
Oh, yeah, the joys.
Hey, the thumbnail's fine. Did you manage to change it, or was it that before?
No, I managed to change it.
Nice.
So we should be good now. Although it was private first, and then I put it public. So I'm not sure if people are catching or like tuning in when it comes public or it was private. But hey, we're live now, so it is what it is.
We're good to go. I just put it in the chat too. So welcome anybody that's
awesome.
popping in. Monk here. What's up, Monk?
What's up, Monk?
Yeah, it's cool that I could see the chat in Restream.
And I can also put it like this.
Nice, dude.
And now I think any other chats are gonna come on screen, so that's gonna be cool.
That was kind of cool. I just full screen that now, so then I can just view it there. Why do I see myself twice? What is going on? Get away.
Yeah, and I tried connecting or making Restream connect to Discord, but for some reason it's asking me for permission. I gave it permission and it's just not working out. So it is what it is for this stream. I'll try and get better for the next one, but this is what we have. So welcome for those tuning in. We got the Alpha Shares Mining Co. AMC NFT Mint. We got Tyler on today, and this mint is literally going live in 20 seconds. So how excited are you, Tyler? Let me know your thoughts. What's going through your mind right now?
Oh, well, I'm very excited. I guess I'll look at it on this screen because I got it up on my computer over here. But I guess we're going to see how this goes. I mean, the first mint went really well. We've already done $3 million in mint. So, I mean, I do expect that this will also go well, but let's see.
Here we go. It's live.
I'm going to hit refresh. Hold on. I can't see the mint yet. I might need to message John, but he's probably already on top of it. Might just take a second to show up if people are saying it's gone. Let me just message John real quick.
It did show up for a quick minute, and then the button disappeared.
It will be back in just a moment. It will be back. Just wait.
Sweet.
Let's see if I can see it. Oh, yeah, it looks like it is a little glitched out real quick, but let me message in Discord.
All right, don't worry, guys. John is on it. Tyler's on it. They're all on it.
Yeah, I just got a message. She's on it. So don't worry. We're about to get
good.
About to get it good to go. Sometimes these things, they happen, you know? We got to keep you guys on your toes. We can't just, let you have it all right away. We got to make it a little fun.
So I guess what we do now is just keep spamming refresh on the page and until the button shows up.
Yeah, and you shouldn't even have to refresh. You can just click away and click back, and it should automatically load anything new. But we will give it a quick moment. This should be really quick. But we'll see. We'll see. Shouldn't be too long. But anybody have any questions? Anybody that's listening in here live and you're about to mint, are there any questions you might have? I'm sure everybody, instead of going to want to type in a question, they're just going to be constantly refreshing and trying to make sure they can get in. So we'll see.
Please hold technical difficulties. Yeah, absolutely. We're having technical difficulties, but the team is on it. John is on it. I'm probably working the back end, working his magic to try and get this set up for you guys, but it should be anytime shortly.
Very, very soon. Very soon.
So I guess as we're waiting for John to work his magic, Tyler, the AMC NFT phase 1. So you guys sold out the AMCRs, the reserve NFTs. That was a huge milestone for you guys. Got the operation in Paraguay started up and running. And now we're into the phase 1 of these quote unquote public mints. So the AMC NFTs. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this and how excited are you for this phase 1 launch?
Well, I'm very, very excited because this is what is going to be kickstarting the expansion. So I took, a number of months to get into or get through the reserve round, not only the minting, but also deploying the first bit of capital. But now that we're set up and we're established down in Paraguay, I'm excited because this just means as these mint out, we'll easily be able to expand the operation, purchase more equipment, get it set up very, very quickly. So this is the time, as fast as we possibly can. We want to get as much equipment. And so the mint page just needs to be working, and then we're good to go.
Awesome. And if any of you guys watching live right now, you have any questions for Tyler, feel free to type it in the chat. We'll read it out to Tyler, and he can answer as best as he can. So right now we're just waiting for the mint button to come back onto the page. John is working his magic behind the scenes, but someone is asking if they can mint directly from the contract. I would probably just wait for the mint button to come back on the page, right, Taylor?
Yeah, I would do that. I think that it's gonna be fixed here in just a moment. Shouldn't take too long at all. Not really sure exactly what the issue is because John is heads down making sure that he gets it fixed. It seems to be just a UI bug. You probably could mint through the contract, no problem.
Yeah.
And if people want to try that, they can go ahead. But I don't think the contract actually has been published because it's not in here. You can't even actually view it from this. So just a couple moments and we'll be good to go.
And for anyone wondering, where is this mint? It's actually on alphashares.io, and it's going to be 250 USDC on the Polygon network. So in the meantime, if you don't have any money on the Polygon network, well, you still got some extra few minutes here to get your money bridged over to Polygon, and you're going to be able to mint shortly here. I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm excited to see just how many people are going to mint right off as soon as the button becomes live here.
Same with me. And it looks like some people might be minting with the contract right now.
Okay. You have the contract address handy?
I do. It's actually, if you just go to the homepage, so just click on Alpha Shares. and then you can click trade, and trade will actually bring you to the contracts right there.
Awesome.
But we'll give it a moment. It's going to be, not many people know how to mint directly through contracts.
Yeah.
So once this button is up and the UI is normal, we'll be good to go. John's very, very fast at this. It should take just a couple moments.
So,
but you can actually see if you go to the collection page real quick. And those are the pre-reveal. Nice juicy little GIF of a spinning
oh yeah,
Alpha Mining Co. Bitcoin logo.
this is nice. And it looks like there's already people minting through the contract, like you were saying. There's 12 addresses
I think
holding.
minting with a credit card is ready to go too. So people that are clicking the mint with credit card button, they're probably having no issue. It's just a UI glitch right
Yeah.
now, so it's people can't actually click the mint button. But it will be there in a moment. I'm positive. Does anybody have any questions, though? People that are in here, I guess Antonio said, "Are you afraid of being classified as a security?" No, we are not, because this type of venture has precedent already. When you mine Bitcoin, the way that you do that is we are not actually fractionalizing any profit generated. What we are fractionalizing with your NFT is actually the total computational power, terahashes, of the farm. So your NFT actually receives a certain amount of terahash, and it's basically a virtual miner. It has a hash rate. It also has a power draw, and then you earn Bitcoin from your NFT as a virtual miner. So you're basically virtually mining through our physical mine or farm.
And Lino Sanchez, you're asking if you can mint with a credit card. So if you go on to alphashares.io, you should be able to see, I'm hovering over it right here. So mint with credit card, if you hit that, you should be able to mint your NFT with a credit card.
Yep. If you click on it too, you can show them. It won't steal your credit card information right away in Mint. But you can see how easy it is. All you got to do is either connect a wallet, or if you don't even have one, they'll create a wallet for you, and you can use an email, very similar to traditional checkout process for any type of Web2 checkout. So very, very easy.
And it looks like you can mint 50 NFTs at once.
It's a lot.
That is a lot. But that's super neat. Like honestly, we've all been in Web3 for so long, and like minting with a credit card just adds an additional layer of like adoptability, right? So people can actually be, minting with a credit card, not necessarily having funds on Polygon, or making it a lot more accessible to new users in the space that want to get into Web3, want to get into NFTs, and especially Bitcoin mining. Like just using a credit card, connecting it, boom, you're buying an NFT with a credit card. I mean, that's just awesome in my opinion.
Yeah. No, we're very happy with that. A lot more people are also trying to build out infrastructure to enable even more seamless credit card minting, and it's a huge deal. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. People that don't want to have to worry about bridging over funds, or maybe they have more availability on their credit card than what's currently in their wallet. We want the added convenience, right?
No, exactly. And Randy, you're asking if I have a whitelist form. I do have a whitelist form. Let me post it in the chat for you guys. I'm not sure if people still want whitelist. Tyler, is that still a thing? If they fill out the whitelist form, do they still have the chance to do so, or what are we thinking?
We're going to run whitelist for another day or two, probably until tomorrow, just because we do have a lot of videos coming out today.
Okay.
And so, yes, whitelist will be ongoing. And so we're going to add it a couple times a day as we look back and see what new whitelist have been submitted. So if they want to use your form, they can totally do it. Crypto Mark 1, love it. Love that you're a reserve holder already.
Awesome. So yeah, just if you guys don't know, this is a whitelist only mint. So you need your wallet to be whitelisted, and in order to get that, I just posted the form in the chat. So if you go on that form, let me open it up for you guys.
And the mint, the update for the mint page has been pushed. Just a couple minutes while it refreshes and it will be live in a moment.
Okay, sweet. And if you actually look at your whitelist page, you're going to be able to go on to here, say from wherever you heard the AMC Mint collection about, your Discord username, your wallet address, and just how many NFTs you plan on minting. And then there you go. You're going to be able to submit that. And the team on the back end, what they're going to do is they're going to paste your wallet address in their whitelist contract, or however that works, and you're going to be able to go back onto the mining page and mint your NFT that way.
All right, almost
there.
Almost there.
Awesome. Can you post
It
the
just,
contract address? Someone's asking for the contract address. So if you actually go onto the Alpha Shares page and you go into trade, you're going to be able to click this contract address, and that's where you can get it. It's going to bring you to Polygon Scan, and you can actually copy the contract address if you're looking for that there. Lino, will you show, okay, that's, would you show the CC Mint again? I still can't find it. I'm on the site. Okay, so if you go back to alphashares.io, you should see this page right here. And there should be 3 buttons that you see. So you have mint with credit card, you have mint page, and you have trade. So if you want to mint with a credit card, you're going to be able to click mint credit card. It's going to bring you to, oh, it's ready. Okay.
It's back up. It's ready to go.
Okay, so if you're looking to mint via Polygon, I don't see it. Oh, there we go. We have it live. So just try and refresh your page if you guys don't see it. If you go to the mint page, you should now be able to see how many NFTs are going and just how many people are buying it right now.
Let's make sure that there are no issues. Oh, there we go. Okay, mints are flowing in now.
Yeah, it jumped up from 151 to 167. So again, you guys are trying to mint 3,000 NFTs, and there's 4 phases to these AMC NFT. So the first phase is going to be $250 per NFT for the first 3,000. Again, it's only a whitelist mint. So if you aren't whitelisted, I posted the form in the chat. Go onto that form, submit your wallet, and the team is going to whitelist your wallet. You'll be able to mint. And then phase 2 goes to $300 an NFT. Phase 3 goes to $350 an NFT. And then phase 4 and the final phase is $400 an NFT. So right now, your phase 1, you're getting the best bang for your buck if you're looking to buy one of these NFTs. Got mine paid on site with USDC. Antonio, he's in secured. Awesome stuff. Love to see it.
All right, everything's looking good now.
Yep. It looks
200
like
minted so far. Let's see where we're at.
Yeah, 233 now. So if you guys want to get an accurate number, if you refresh the AlphaCo page, so if you go into the mint page, this page is going to be a bit delayed just because of the UI pushing it out. So if you want to see live updates, if you go to the contract page, you're going to be able to refresh the Polygon scan address, and we're now at 256 AMCs minted. Let me post this in the chat for you guys so you guys can have a quick look at that contract as well. Dustin Thompson he minted 6 NFTs. Let's go.
Let's go, Dustin. Love it. Antonio got mine paid on site with USDC. Perfect. Love to hear it. Glad that nobody's having any issues. And yep, the UI is updating slowly on the actual mint page itself. It will update faster on Polyscan.
Yep.
Or Polygon scan, I guess it is.
And so if we just talk about the different phases real quick, Tyler. So phase one, 3,000 NFTs, mint price of 250 USDC on the Polygon chain, or of course you can do it on your credit card as well. So are you guys planning to wait until that phase one is fully minted and then you're going to go on to phase two right afterwards? Is there going to be a delay between phase one and phase two? Or how are you guys thinking of doing the different phases?
There will be a delay in between this phase and the next phase. That's because we are going to have a unique way to mint the future phases 2 through 4. And we're also going to have the traditional way. So just being able to mint for that increased price of 300 for tier 2, 350 tier 3, and 400 for tier 4. But we're also going to have that very unique and fun opportunity, potentially allowing people to make their money back very quickly. And that's through a partnership that we've established. And so we're still working out everything there before we fully promote it and push it out. But that will come very soon. We first just want to get through this phase. Really, our goal here is get through this phase, gather that capital, and deploy that capital immediately to the farm. So go ahead and hit our number, our internal metric of how many mints we need to then reach out to the distributor, or rather the manufacturer, what's miner themselves, purchase that equipment, have it shipped down to our farm.
Awesome. I love the sound of that. And we got a couple more people minting. So we got LFG Capital scooped up 2 real quick. KG saying smooth mint. And then we got Mike Rogers got mine with no issues. I like the sound of that. That's good. It looks like John did do well. He got everything working in a matter of minutes. So props to the team for that.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's sometimes the issues,
Oh, yeah.
they're unforeseen. It's difficult to see what's going to happen, right? You got to help. You're having a full refresh of the UI when that countdown timer goes down, and one little thing could go ahead and kind of make it a little bit finicky. So I'm glad that it was a very quick fix, though. I'm glad that it was working for everybody doing credit card mints. Even someone found that you can mint with a credit card, but use Ethereum. So you can have paper be the processor if you click mint with credit card, but then as you're going through, it says connect your credit card or add your credit card, but then it also will say pay with Ethereum. So that's interesting. So I guess people, if they had Ethereum and they forgot to bridge to Poly, no problem. You guys can actually use your Ethereum.
Nice. Even more accessibility. But then I guess you're having to pay with Ethereum gas fees. So you're maybe paying a couple dollars more, but yeah,
you probably will. But there are a lot of people in our community that are just ETH maxis, and that's all they do. So they don't care about those small transaction fees. They just want the big ones. They want to pay a lot in gas, but that's because, hey, they probably make a lot of money on Ethereum. It's the big boy chain, right?
Exactly. So Antonio's asking, for those of us that are new to Alpha Shares, what is the Alpha Shares pack mint that is still live?
That's a good question. So Antonio, that right there is actually our first collection that we ever dropped. So that was our foray into NFTs, and it actually went live with the launch of our marketplace. They're actually piquing more interest recently as we've been developing more and more with the marketplace, having the reserve mint, providing or pushing more and more transaction volume to the marketplace, and they receive payouts directly from what we've been doing recently. So we have been giving, roughly $1,500 to $2,000 a week back to the Alpha Pack. And that's just from an investment that we made. And so I think in the past, it's been about 11 weeks now. I think it's been over $25,000 that we have pushed over the past 10, 11 weeks to the Alpha Pack by purchasing the Alpha token right here, as Eric is showing you guys. So the Alpha Pack NFTs actually earn Alpha tokens, which is what you see here. Those Alpha tokens are actually purchased dynamically every single time a transaction is made on the marketplace. And so since we started making those purchases, what is the percentage gain there? 286%. Is that what that says? Oh, it sounds like you're muted, I think, Eric. I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, I was muted. Yeah, 286%.
Yeah, so we've been really flying the price of that token. We're trying to make it go higher and higher and higher, get it back well over $1. And the way that the Alpha Pack works, though, is when somebody makes a trade on the marketplace, we take a fee. Our fee is 2.5%. So if somebody trades a $100 NFT, well, we take $2.50 as our fee. 70% of that fee, though, automatically actually goes straight to the Alpha Pack. So when you own the Alpha Pack, you actually basically are an owner of the marketplace, a fractional owner, a 1/10,000th owner for owning one. So that's the exciting part about that. And the alpha pack, for a while there, we had so much of our focus elsewhere, and the marketplace wasn't getting a ton of activity. But now that the activity is ramping back up and we're able to do so much more, the floor price of the alpha pack has now gone back to, well, at current AVAX pricing, it was over $100 over the mint price, but AVAX has just absolutely been crap in the bed. And so I think that right now it's slightly below $100. But if you are interested in owning a piece of the marketplace as well, I suggest you pick up an alpha pack.
Yeah, definitely. And like right now, so floor price of the alpha pack is 7.59 AVAX, and I think AVAX is right around $10. So right around $75 for an alpha pack NFT. And like Tyler said, I mean, it's definitely a good use case to own one of these if you want to be a part of the Alpha Shares ecosystem. So it looks like there's 729 unique users or owners of the Alpha Pack NFTs. So obviously there's a good amount of people there in the community that own one of these NFTs.
Absolutely. A lot of volume traded too. Our highest traded collection on the marketplace, a little over 11,000 AVAX. When AVAX, used to be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, even $100 a token, that would have been a lot of volume.
Oh yeah.
But AVAX, at the time when we first did our 10,000 volume, I think AVAX was still over $60, and now it's less than 10, which is just ridiculous. But it is what it is. It might come back. Lino Sanchez, I'm having trouble minting with both CC and Wallet. The payment went through with my credit card, but I got an email stating that my money will be refunded. Sometimes that's up to your payment processor, your bank, whoever is the provider for your credit card. They might have certain checks and balances where if they see that it's using something in cryptocurrency technology, or quite frankly, just something very different from transactions you normally make, it will reverse the transaction. Seems like that's what happened to you. If you reach out to your bank and you let them know that was you probably can go ahead and redo the transaction. But I'll keep that up to you just because you're going to know what's best there. But that does happen. It's not up to us. It's simply the bank that issues the credit card. They have their own issues sometimes with people spending money somewhere that they might have not done it before if it's new.
Yeah, especially with me, I know I've had so many issues with my bank here in Canada, and every time I try and do something, it's either, "Oh, no, you can't do it. Please contact us." And if you give them a call, I'm sure they can help you out if you're having bank issues. So a quick update as to how many AMC NFTs we currently have. So about 76 people minted for a total of 354 AMC. Good stuff so far. I mean, it's only been live for what, 10 minutes or so, and we already got 350. So it's
10%, more than 10%.
10%. Yeah.
Yep. And we will see how quickly we mint out here. We did drop it on a Friday, and so we normally drop things midweek. We're kind of testing out the waters here. We'll see how it goes, later in the week and over the weekend. We've got a lot more content coming out as well today. So we're not worried at all. I mean, if it takes a couple of days for this to mint out, so be it. That's why it's great. We're going to enjoy the weekend. We're going to have a lot of fun. And moving into next week, hopefully we've gotten to the point where we can start to deploy this capital. Looking at the safe here, or at the, at the safe, we've raised just about $85,000 so far. So over 10% of that $750,000 raise. I'm sure that we're going to have no problem with getting through all of this. And so we're very excited. We're consistently adding whitelist too. So as I'm even looking at my screen here, we're getting more and more submissions for whitelist. So we're going to have to try and catch up with that and make sure we add people as quickly as possible.
Yeah, awesome. And if you guys are just tuning in, let me put the whitelist form again in the chat so you guys can actually put your wallet address in this form, and then you'll be able to be whitelisted and you'll be able to mint one of your NFTs if you want to mint it. So again, if you click that link in the chat right now, it's going to bring you to this form here. Couple of questions for you guys. So obviously where you heard about this collection, then your Discord name, your wallet address that you want to mint your NFT with, and just an idea of how many NFTs you want to mint. And once you've done that, you're going to be able to submit it, and the team's going to take your wallet address, and then you're going to be all set to go onto the page and connect your wallet and mint away.
Making a quick announcement. My announcement that I had was wrong.
Oh no.
It had an incorrect. It had an incorrect graphic that had the date of March 7th on it.
Yeah, that's a little past.
There we go. now it is back to normal.
Awesome. And here, let me paste
Getting
in the Alpha Shares Discord invite too. So if you guys are just tuning in and you're not in their Discord, you should definitely join, because they post all of the information that you need to have on their Discord. They're always active there, and they always host a weekly AMA. So if you ever want to have more information as to what's going on with Alpha Mining Co., with Alpha Shares, with their Momentum Finance project, which is a DeFi arm of Alpha Shares, you can always tune in to that AMA. It's each Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and I'll put a link right here. So you can join their Discord, have a chat in there, and keep up to date with everything that's happening, because this project is only getting started.
a lot of messages back and forth, but we are good to go. And let's see if you got any more questions. Hey, everybody, listen to the live here. Ask me some questions. I want to know what you guys have in mind. If you've already minted one, if you haven't, if you got some questions about this before you mint, I'd love to answer anything that you guys might have. AMC holder role coming to Discord. Absolutely. So we're definitely going to add that to Collabland now that the mint is live and we can actually have those assets connected to Collabland. We can start to have people go ahead and receive their role by going to Collabland and authenticating that they own the NFT.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to kick off one question I have for you. So the expansion plan. So as we know now, you guys minted, these AMC reserve NFTs. That's been done. You guys got a bunch of capital, and the antimony and Bitcoin mining farms are up and running. Well, the antimony is still getting, constructed. All that stuff still happening. But what's the plan for the expansion with these new phases? So we have 4 phases. Can you kind of break it down? What's going to happen after you guys mint out phase 1? What are you guys going to be buying with that money? And then going on to phase 2, 3, and 4.
Sure. So actually scroll up a few pages over to the milestones, and that'll actually show us right here. So right here. So this is the phase that we're on right now. When we sell out of this phase, we are looking to move forward into buying What's Miner M50Ss. That's just because at the current moment, and at the time I updated this, which was just a couple weeks ago, they had some of the best pricing in terms of availability, pricing, and we always look at the metric dollar per terahash. So getting the most amount of performance for the dollar spent. And so when we get through this first raise here, or this expanded first part of the raise, we will be buying another 300 of those. Not another, because I guess we actually currently only have the S19 Pros that are overclocked and custom hydro-cooled. But this is what we're going to move forward with, are these M50Ss. 300 of them will get purchased. Those will get delivered down to Paraguay. To our farm, and we're going to do that as quickly as we get through this round. Soon after, which I don't have a date, we will be opening up, and first we're going to have another round of promotion where we talk about phase 2 through 4, especially if we have that opportunity come up. And then each round is going to purchase more NFTs or enable us to purchase more NFTs and set those up. We do expect to be able to set them up in just a short period of time. I'd say 4 weeks for a lead time. We could make it happen sooner. Getting air freighted in, we could, if they have availability and everything's ready to ship out. It actually only does take, a few days to a couple weeks or less to actually get everything over there. But we got to give ourselves some leeway to make sure that we can get it all plugged in. Dealing with 300 machines at a time is not an easy feat. It's not an easy task. They all have to be set up. They have to be managed. And we have to make sure that none of them need repairs. Just because it's the name of the game, sometimes you receive equipment right away, it needs to be repaired. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. As we get into phase 2, we will be selling and raising another 900 grand because the price does go up. And so we'll be increasing the amount of NFTs, or not NFTs, ASICs rather, that we purchased to 375. And that will further increase the hash rate. So you can see on the right side as well what the net hash rate to be distributed is. This is after our 20% performance fee. So after phase 2, we'll be at just over 100,000 total terahashes to be distributed. That means that we are actually at around 120 something thousand. We take the 20% off the top. The rest gets distributed to all the holders. And so that's how that works. And that's what determines the hash rate per NFT, as you can see below. So an AMC NFT after phase 2 will have about 5 terahashes in hash rate. And then we just move through the phases in the same fashion. The price increases, the more money we raise means more units we can purchase, and further increases the hash rate of the farm. The juicy part, though, with the expansion plan comes after this. So once you get through phase 4, the final phase, the farm reaches nearly 200,000 total terahashes. Right there, you can see it's actually 193,200. And these are, spot numbers just to kind of anchor everybody, but it could be plus or minus a few percent. It's not always perfect what you can overclock these units to. Sometimes you can overclock them higher than they say, or not even overclock them, but just optimize them. Um, any computer you get, sometimes the chips, you'll buy the same exact computer, the same exact chip. Sometimes one will run better than the other, and that's what we call the silicon lottery. Not every chip's made the same. There are minute differences in the actual silicon that creates those chips. Some of them are more efficient and don't produce as much heat than others, and some produce more heat and have to be clocked lower. So we'll see where we're at, but this is roughly where we'll be at. The expansion plan, though, means that as we scale up our operations throughout our business. So we've got the marketplace that produces income, our launchpad, all the other services with our DeFi side with Momentum, and we also have the antimony refinery. So as all of those start to scale up to new heights, we will be generating profit for the company. And it makes sense for us to invest that profit after paying the team and having leftover retained earnings, if you will. We'll use that to purchase more equipment. And that's going to be equipment fully owned by Alpha Shares. So we own that equipment. We have all the rights to sell that equipment at any time, especially if it increases in value. So there's a big benefit to us to diversify the income that we have into assets that we expect to appreciate in value as Bitcoin hits new all-time highs. So we buy, miners for $2,000 a pop. There's a good chance that they'll become $4, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 each, which is a good investment for us. But also at the same time, it increases the hash rate for the farm. So this is a 24-month time period, but I do expect it to happen sooner. And that over that 24 months, we will achieve 350,000 terahashes, which without doing more raises like we are now, we'll be increasing that hash rate, and everybody's NFT will be more productive. And at that point, the best part about it is actually your NFT as a little virtual miner will be more efficient, more profitable in terms of dollars spent per terahashes received than any miner that you could purchase. So most miners, if you went and bought one from Bitmain or What's Miner, you're spending between $20 and $35 a terahash. But when we get through this expansion plan, the NFTs that are minting right now, they will fall below $20 a terahash. So we're very, very excited. And it'll be that $19.23 that you can see on the right side, because that is the AMC NFT. To the left of that's the reserve. Well, we're very excited about the expansion plan because it's going to mean a lot more production for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a very good question in the chat here. So this comes from Studio RT, and he says, okay, so let's say we only sell 1.5K NFTs in the phase 1 after 2 weeks. What happens then? So I guess to continue on that question, are you guys waiting to sell out the entire phase 1 NFT to then purchase those additional Bitcoin miners, or are they being purchased along the way as you guys are minting?
Well, there's economies of scale that's in here, and so we do have some internal metrics where we want to hit a certain number of mints before we deploy. We do want the entirety of the mint of these phases to go into machines. So we could either do it half, where when we get to half, we can deploy that right away, and then when we sell out the remaining half, we can deploy that. Our goal, though, really is to get this minted out quickly and then purchase all that equipment with the entirety of the funds. So we'll see. I don't anticipate there being too much of a slowdown. I mean, if there is a slowdown, then that just means that we got to be a little bit more active, hang out in more communities, and get more people to mint. We just completed a $3 million raise with the reserve collection, so we are very confident in our ability to be able to sell these out. Obviously, it does require more work when things slow down versus the hype, but I think the hype's going to keep going. We're already at almost 400 minted, and we're flowing steadily. It's a Friday. There's a lot of people that are really busy. They're heading home from work. They got the weekend ahead of them. We're going to be promoting this over the weekend. I see no problem here. We're going to be doing just fine.
Awesome. I like the sound of that. We have KG asking, what do you estimate the time to break even on each AMC NFT?
It's a really good question, but that's not something that I can really answer because it's very dependent on the price of Bitcoin. So you will be earning Bitcoin but the amount of Bitcoin that you earn, well, the cost basis of your NFT is in a dollar amount, right? $250. The amount of Bitcoin that you earn could be worth X or it could be worth Y. It's all dependent on what the Bitcoin price is. If you mine, for easy math's sake here, um, let's see what $250 divided by 100,000 is, just to make sure. So that's 0.0025. So if you end up mining 0.0025 Bitcoin in a certain period of time, which you actually could calculate that out, which I'm not going to do here on the show, but we can have a little fun time doing that later. You can also use ChatGPT to help you determine what that is. But 0.0025 Bitcoin at $100,000 Bitcoin price would equal your ROI. So if you mine 0.0025 Bitcoin, Bitcoin hits 100 grand, great. But if Bitcoin stays at only 25,000, well, then, you've only mined about $62.50 worth of Bitcoin. So depending on what the price of Bitcoin does, it changes when that ROI period could happen. We do anticipate that Bitcoin will hit new all-time highs soon after the halving, most likely within a year of that halving, and that's going to happen in April of 2024. So we'll see what happens. It just depends.
We also have a question coming in from AJ. Is there an end life for the machinery you purchase? How do you stay productive with new miners coming out over time? That's a very good question.
Very good question. We've been talking about this a lot. A lot of other opportunities in the space where you can purchase NFTs to fractionalize into Bitcoin mining. They actually just have kind of a fixed raise, and that fixed raise comes with a fixed return of Bitcoin, share of Bitcoin that's mined. And when that happens, well, they are going to spit out as much rewards as they can. And then at some point in time, those machines will become obsolete and they won't be profitable anymore, and they'll have to liquidate them. And so a lot of projects that are, they could be called competitors, which no one's competing in this space. We all love to mine Bitcoin. I don't take it as competition, but they'll actually have a time period on their NFTs. So they'll say that they will hash for a year or 2 years, and then that's it. Now, with us, what we have going on is because we are such a vast ecosystem, and I mentioned it earlier about the expansion plan, we're going to be reinvesting as a company into the farm. So we're going to be taking a substantial amount of income every month and deploying it into more miners. And that's because we see as a company the benefit of purchasing miners at this low price point, because when Bitcoin does hit these new levels, those miners will be more expensive. So spending $2,000 on miners that we expect to become worth six, well, we're expecting a 3 times gain on our investment. In the while we're waiting for that investment to peak and for those machines to become more valuable, the hash rate of the farm is going to consistently increase. We're going to keep generating more and more Bitcoin. The company's going to take 20% off the top of that, so that's good earnings for us. But 80% of that continues to get distributed. So over time, without even reinvesting the Bitcoin mined profits, we'll be buying the newest equipment. So that's how we'll stay relevant. And then when we hit those new levels of Bitcoin price, the older equipment, it'll most likely be worth more than what we paid for it because we bought it at the bottom of a cycle, and we can liquidate that and determine what do we want to do with it. Do we want to buy more? How do we stay relevant and keep our machines from being obsolete? Some capital from antimony will go into the new miners for expansion. When do you think first expansion will be potentially? It's a great question. We don't know exactly, and I don't like to kind of frame this in a way that if we don't have an exact or a very confident, idea about this, I'm not going to say it. I do think, though, that we will be up very soon with our antimony processing plant. There is going to be a lead time, a period of time where we fully orient and make everything efficient with the antimony refining operation. And so it might take some time to get that up and running. We will probably also stack some capital for a month or two. So I will say, easily by the end of this year or beginning of 2024 is when we'll be ready to start expanding.
Western Monk just said,
It'll be
let me rephrase.
Yeah, it would be after phase 4. Right? We've got these phases first. We got to sell out these NFTs. These are the most valuable aspects to the kickstarting the operation, and then everything else comes after. I'm still having trouble minting. I used my wallet with USDC. It goes through, but then refunds back my money. Lino Sanchez? Are you connecting directly to the mint page with your wallet on Polygon? and USDC, just like Eric's doing right here, can connect not with a credit card, but just regular, because there's no way it can refund if you actually interact with the mint contract itself. It'll take your funds. There's no refund function. So it sounds like you're still using the credit card side of things,
Yeah, and something
which
else
if
you
you
can
are, it's
do.
going to be up to your bank.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead,
and
Eric.
Lino, something else you can do if you're minting on Polygon and you're using USDC, you can always go onto Polygon Scan. He's saying yes here. I'm not sure. Are you referring yes to the credit card or yes, you're trying to mint on USDC Polygon? But as I was saying, if you're trying to mint with USDC on Polygon, what you can do is go onto Polygon Scan and then paste your wallet address in here, and you're going to be able to see if the transaction went through or not. So, like Tyler was saying, if you're minting with your USDC on Polygon, there shouldn't be any refund. It should just be either it's getting approved and going through, or it's not. So have a look at your transactions on your wallet by pasting your address in here. And if you're having any other issues, I mean, maybe open up a ticket in your Discord, Tyler.
Yeah, I think that would work. But that is true. You might just be confirming your USDC. But what you can do for us to check on that, Lino, is if you would like, you don't have to do this if you want to keep your wallet private. But if you paste your wallet in here in the chat, we'll be able to look for you on the stream.
So in the meantime, we do have more questions, I guess, again, from Western Monk. But how will we pay for the hosting spot for that hosting? And can you host any miners?
More information will come out about the hosting, but that is a good reminder that you need to own 5 of these AMC NFTs to host a miner with us in the future. That hosting is going to be something that's an all-inclusive package. So we're going to be putting together a bit of a menu where you can view all of the different costs associated with hosting with us. So there will be a setup cost, obviously. We're going to break down exactly what that looks like. There will be, shipping and freight and all that's associated with actually purchasing the miners. We will most likely have options to select from, 2 or 3 different miners that we can hook up. It'll most likely be along the lines of the M50S that we're looking at right now, but any other miner that works well with those. But it's going to be a group buy. So that's how it's going to work, is anybody that holds 5 or more or holds an AMCR will be able to kind of pool funds together to a certain point. And when it hits that point, due to economy, we can purchase those miners. We'll have the capital necessary for the setup, the freight, the duties, all the different associated costs with getting it set up. And then it'll be plugged in and the profit will go to you. And we'll figure out a fun way to add a new section to the dashboard so that you can view like my miners. You can view my NFTs and you can also view my miners. So you'll be able to see what miners you own and the exact output there is for those. So it'll be coming in the future. There'll be more information released, but that's roughly how it'll work. How will you own that miner with a unique NFT? I don't really know what you mean. I don't think right now at the current moment with the hosting solution, we haven't actually thought about implementing NFTs with that. It'll be more of a traditional link between the miner and the owner. An NFT could be used to authorize that as proof of ownership, but we also could easily just do proof of ownership of stating what wallet address owns this, so that when you connect to the D app with that wallet, you have access to view the analytics and make the claims.
So I also
But
have
we're still working out the kinks there. It's very early. Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
No, I was just going to say, I guess one of the questions that everybody has asked me, at least from the videos I've done on Alpha Shares and, the whole mining operation in Paraguay. So how are we going to be able to, claim our Bitcoin? So we're mining Bitcoin, but how is the end user with the NFT, how are we going to go and claim that Bitcoin?
So there's a dashboard, and actually the dashboard's right here on this computer. So you can actually see how many NFTs you own. I know you can't see much because I'm actually not trying to show it off too much. And that's because it's it's not live for everybody yet. We have it currently in testing with our Champions Club. We just wanted to get any feedback, initial feedback, before we make the first payout. It will go live publicly before that first payout is made. And that's going to be where you can see the entire system status. You can see what the total terahash is, how many miners are online, how much Bitcoin total has been mined. And you can also see your own level of ownership, what NFTs you own, how much Bitcoin has been distributed to you. And then a button will pop up where you can claim that Bitcoin as wrapped Bitcoin on Polygon. So that's how it is. It's all going to be on mining.alphashares.io /dashboard. And so that will go live soon. It's currently just in testing with a few whitelisted people, our top holders, and very, very soon, within the next few days to a week, I'd say, that'll be out for everybody, public.
Sweet. So it's going to be fairly easy to just get your Bitcoin rewards. And I know you guys are also working on a DEX and integrating, alpha shares, this mining operation, as well as momentum. So is that when that dashboard is live and when people can claim their Bitcoin, is the DEX also going to be live?
The DEX is going to be live very soon. It's pretty much ready to go. John has been very busy with his travels all around Paraguay because the farm is a few hours away from where they're residing in Asuncion. And so he's been back and forth nonstop. But that is going to be going live very, very soon. We've done a lot of internal testing with the team to take a peek at how it all works and how it all looks. It all looks good. There is some complexity and some lead time needing to be there because there is going to be a period of time where we have to migrate the liquidity from Trader Joe for the alpha token or from PancakeSwap for mass. We got to move those and migrate them over. So there's a period of time where the LP will be pulled before it's restarted on our own DEX. We're also close with DEX Screener and DEX tools to make sure that we can get that the view of our charts back up right away, update all of our links. So there's a process involved there. It will happen very soon, though.
Okay, sweet. And I guess a follow-up to that, so I know the AMCR reserve holders, they're expecting their first payment first week of October. So for the people who are minting this AMC Phase 1 NFT today or throughout the next couple of days, when is there like an expected date for them to start receiving that Bitcoin? Is it on a monthly basis or is it a couple months from now? How frequent is that payout?
So the distribution will be once a month. We're looking to most likely do it look at the 20th of every month, give ourselves about 10 days to then make it happen by the 30th, because there is a process of sending it from the pools that it was mined in over to the centralized exchange before we ramp it off over to the contract that is going to allow it to be distributed to everybody. And so we are going to have this first payout be just for reserve holders because their investment was what generated the Bitcoin that's going to be distributed. But the moment we deploy this capital into more miners and those miners are turned on, that's when we're going to kickstart the distribution of Bitcoin for the NFTs that had their funds distributed. So every round we get through, we have to raise that capital. We have to deploy that capital. The moment those miners are deployed, though, they're added to the distribution.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to let you answer Western Monk's question. I'll be right back in a short minute.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Well, for one, you have let's say I wanted to sell my miner and hosting spot. We might have something where you are able to, directly assign your rights by selling them to somebody else while it's existing in the container. I think that wouldn't be too bad. But when it comes to actually fully exiting the position, that's going to be something where we can't just allow that to happen at any point, because that would be quite an annoyance for us to have to go and pull one miner at a time to then ship it or sell it, and then whatever the process there is, there will be a time period in the contract for hosting. So that means that we're going to have to or whoever's hosting with us is going to have to basically obligate themselves and their miner for a certain period of time. Could be 6 months, could be a year. We'll see exactly what works best and what feedback we get. But you won't be able to sell or divest from that position for that time period unless you go and sell it to somebody else. And then it's just a transfer of ownership at that point. Will we need to be fully sold out before rewards come in? I think I already kind of answered that one. So that's going to be we have to raise the money. Once the money is deployed into miners and it's actually being productive, then those owners of those miners will start to receive. Doesn't make much sense for us to raise money from previous rounds, generate Bitcoin from that, and then pay it out to the people that just minted an NFT before their funds have actually been deployed. We are going to work as fast as we possibly can and really bridge that gap and condense that timeline to get it to be deployed as fast as possible, so that within, once we mint out, within just a couple weeks, we'll have everything deployed, and then very, very soon after, you're going to have your first distribution of Bitcoin. Over 100K has been minted now. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
go,
go.
Bridget. I love that you see
15%,
that.
463 AMC NFTs gone already. And it's been what, like an hour? It's absolutely insane. I think you guys are going to mint out pretty quick.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think so too. I mean, we'll see. We had a lot of interest. I think with the reserve collection, within the first 24 hours, 36 hours, we had about $1 million minted. This mint right here, 750 grand. So, I mean, we'll see, how it goes, and if people end up, seeing some family later or friends, their Friday evening, their Saturday, going out to the bars. Hey, dude, guys, I just minted an Alpha Mining Co NFT earlier today. You got to check this out. And then, you're just hanging out at the bar, grabbing a drink, and now all your buddies are minting one. We'll have to see if that happens, but that's all I can ask for.
I love it. I love it. We got a question coming from the Crow, again, a bit about the SEC. So he asks, are you afraid that these may fall under SEC attacks, being that you're earning without doing any work? Does the hold and earn fall under a security classification?
Being hold and earn, if this protocol or the system was something where it was promoted as buy in, buy this thing, and then when you buy this thing, we will provide you with income, passive income. By owning this, you earn. Then absolutely, that really is a security, and that's not what we're doing. And so the way that this is structured, and there is precedent here, legal precedent with the SEC actually, that you can fractionalize hash rate. So your investment, your involvement, what is basically associated with these NFTs is not income. It's not how much money you can make. It's quite simply, you actually own a piece of our hash rate. So we have a total hash rate, our total computational power, which basically is how much Bitcoin we can mine. And as an owner of an NFT, you actually, by extension, own a piece of that hash rate. That's what you own. Because you own that hash rate will produce Bitcoin because you're a fractional owner in the machine power. And so that machine power is actually what you own. You don't own profit. We don't go and, pull a bunch of profit and say, hey, Jim, I'm going to give you $10 because you bought in, you're an investor with us. That's not what it is. You own a specific amount of power, a specific amount of computational power in our farm. And that computational power does produce Bitcoin, which is rightfully owned by you. So there is no security classification here. There's potential instant ROI. You keep asking about the Western Monk. I'm not even going to answer that because you have asked that probably like 18 times and I've answered it every single time. And I'm not going to talk about that anymore. The next person to buy 250 AMC NFTs, I'll give them one AMC reserve. I like it. I like it. So if they spend, what's that? 250 grand? $62,000. So if they spend $62,000, you get $1,000 NFT. I like that, Randy. That's some good marketing right there.
I read it, Randy. You got to be clearer, because I read it as the next person who buys one $250 AMC NFT gets a reserve NFT. Maybe I'll hold you up to that.
Right? Yeah, now I'm going to have to go just, mint myself an AMC. Now I get an AMCR from Randy. Western Monk, yeah, I know it's for the new people, but we're not talking about the potential instant ROI right now because that is going to be for tiers 2 through 4. This is, the focus here right now is that people can get in at their cheapest entry point with this $250 mint. So that's the focus here right now. WM on timeout again. Matthew, what do you mean by that? What's WM?
I think he means Western Monk. You put him on timeout.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Gotcha.
So KG here is asking, if you buy an AMCR off the secondary market, do you get their monthly Bitcoin immediately, or is there a new timer reset with a new owner?
So the way that it'll work is it's very similar to our alpha pack that we currently have, because the alpha pack also earns directly from the marketplace fees. What happens there is that it loads up and it's claimable. It's a claimable balance. And so if you go ahead and claim that balance, then you own it. But if you don't claim it and you transfer your NFT out of your wallet, that claim function is automatically called and it goes to your wallet. So if somebody sells their NFT, the moment that sell transaction goes through, the seller will receive their claimable balance and the buyer will receive that NFT fresh without any balance.
And if we just take a quick look at the Alpha Mining Co. reserve NFTs, so we got a floor of 70 or 0.78 Ethereum. So your mint price originally was $1,000 a pop. So right now it's at, let's just see how much it is. Ethereum's going on a run today. So
Nice.
0.78. So we're looking at about $1,300. So everybody who holds an AMCR right now would technically be up $300, assuming, of course, you can find a buyer for that NFT. But if anyone's looking to buy one of these NFTs, the reserve NFTs, they also have the antimony aspect to it. And right now they're going for 0.78 ETH.
Well, and it makes sense too, because if it has 5 times the value of an AMC that's selling for 250 right now, then theoretically those NFTs should be worth at least 1250. So being at 1300, it makes sense.
Lino Sanchez, great. I was able to get it to work and got my 2. How do I see them on my wallet? Do I have to import it because my MetaMask apparently does not detect it automatically? So there's
MetaMask kind of, well, I was going to say MetaMask kind of sucks
yeah.
at detecting NFTs on other chains besides Ethereum. You can add it, but also you see Eric right now. He's right on alphashares.io. If you own one, you can just go connect your wallet there and you can click on your account page and you'll see it there. You'll see it within your account right away.
Yep, very true. And you can always double check on Polygon Scan. Put your wallet address in and you'll be able to see the transaction there. You won't be able to see the actual NFT. So like Tyler was saying, if you're looking for that nice little logo, then definitely go on to Alpha Mining or alphashares.io and connect your wallet and you'll be able to see your NFT in your account.
Yep. NOU question from you. Do the AMCRs count as securities due to the addition of antimony rewards? No, and that's because the amount of rewards that we give from the antimony side of things is at our discretion. It's going to be a percentage, and it's not a fixed one. There's no expectation of profit or return. We basically simply say that we expect to be able to generate this much income as a company, and then it's at our discretion as a company. Hey, we made this much money on the antimony operation, this much was in profit, and it's up to us. We pay our taxes, we do everything on that, but if we have post-tax income left over, we can spend it how we want. If we want to give it away to our holders in the form of buying Bitcoin and gifting them Bitcoin, that's what we do. We don't give you guys straight cash. When we have profits produced from antimony side of things, we purchase Bitcoin, convert it to wrapped Bitcoin, and that wrapped Bitcoin is distributed to reserve holders. And that's just an extra bonus from us as a thank you to you guys for helping us get everything off the ground. But again, using Bitcoin as that mediator as well. Bitcoin itself has been seen as non-fiat. It's not a securitized token. It's not a securitized monetary value. It's a commodity, and so we're actually purchasing this commodity and then just gifting it to people that hold a reserve. So there's no expectation or promise of return. That's the biggest thing with a security. If we went ahead and said, hey, here are our books and our pro forma for antimony, this is what we in total expect to make. We're going to have you guys be 20% owners. You guys are going to be able to split those profits. You get your shares, blah, blah, blah. Then it becomes more of a securitized offering and a regulated offering. For us, we've never been specific, and actually nobody knows the back end of the business and what the total antimony operation will make. It's at our discretion to provide some of that back to you guys, and that's just because we do expect it to be very productive, and we want to give back to the people that have helped us out.
Awesome. If we just give a quick update as to how many NFTs have been minted so far, we got 469 NFTs. We got 114 holders. So that's a little bit more than 3 NFTs per person. So that's awesome to see. People are definitely coming in. And yeah, we've only been live for about an hour and 15, and there's already almost 500 minted. So I'm excited to see what the progress is going to be for the next couple of days. I don't want to keep you too long, Tyler, but if you guys are just joining in and you want to get your hands on one of these NFTs, so the way to do it, you actually need your whitelisted or your wallet to be whitelisted. And the way to do that, I'll paste the form in the chat so you guys can go on to that form. And once you do get to that form, you're going to be able to answer a few questions. So just how have you heard of this collection, and then your Discord name, your wallet address that you want your NFT to be in, and just an idea of how many NFTs you anticipate on getting. So once you submit that, the team on the back end is going to take your wallet address and you're going to be whitelisted, and you're going to be able to go onto their page and mint your NFT.
Absolutely. Got a question from Matthew here. After all of these phases are minted out and we have reached our total terahash goal, will rewards from the refining side increase payouts to the AMCR holders? Again, especially when we talk about the antimony side of things, we don't want to set expectations here. The expectation that I hope to set is that we fully expect to do far better than we initially planned. And so we do expect for antimony to do very, very well for us as a company, and an extension to be able to provide back to you guys as components of our ecosystem and holders of our NFTs. I can't give you any expectation there. That's just both from the regulatory and legal side of things. But what I can say, and what I hope holds true, people can see over the past almost 2 years of us being in this space, when we increase our ability to have throughput, when we increase the amount of transaction volume on something, when we increase the overall profit generated from an operation or a venture, it's always extended back to the people that are with us. So I'll leave it at that, being a little bit vague. I think you can see through my words, though. It's going to be very positive. We're not going to be making an extreme amount of success here without everybody sharing in it. But also, Eric, I don't know how long you have either. You let me know, because we've been here for an hour already, and I want to make sure that I'm also courteous and conscientious of your time. So you let me know. How long do you want to keep this going for? I want to make sure I answer people's questions, but we're getting some of the same questions from similar people, so I don't know how many more people are going to pop in. So I'm going to leave it up to you, Eric.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think we can give it a couple more minutes just to see if anybody else has any last minute questions, and then we can slowly wrap it up. And yeah, I mean, this phase is going to continue until it mints out. So, we're at, let me refresh it, 469 again, 114 users. And it's only been live for a couple hours, or not even yet. And it's going to continue going through the weekend and until it mints out. So I'm excited to see, how long it takes to mint out. And if you guys have any other final questions for Tyler, I mean, go ahead. And if not, we'll slowly end it up here.
Yeah, let's see what questions come in for the next 2-3 minutes, and then I will let you go, Eric. But it's been a pleasure so far. The Crow, as Bitcoin released, is halved. Do you see there being a drop in returns, or do you think that the price will increase at the same ratio? Well, typically we see that actually when there is a halving event, and it's not right away. So this is one thing, is that there has to be the expectation that this will not occur right away. It does take some time. It takes a number of months actually for Bitcoin to fix that ratio. But what we do end up seeing happening is we do see the price of Bitcoin going higher than the reduction in block rewards. So if Bitcoin, obviously there's a halving event and it cuts in half, we typically see Bitcoin do far more than just a 2x from where it was at that point. That's where every single time there's a halving event, we see a new all-time high. So a halving event happens roughly every 4 years. So the last one happened in 2019 or in 2020, the beginning of 2020. And you can see that in 2020, just go back to 2020 real quick on the chart. So you'll see 2020 right there. We were at what price? 8,000, 6, 7, yeah, between 6 and 7,500 or so. And then the halving occurred, and look at what the price did. It went to 60,000 plus. So that's where we hope to see a similar effect with this next halving. If you go to 2016 even, so go quickly over to 2016 if you can. You can see that in 2016 the price was, what is that? I can't really see it.
It's about 500-600.
$500-600, and then what's that peak right there?
17, 18.
It went up to 17,000. Yeah. So you can see that it is way more than just a 2x. It is a multiple And we do expect the same thing to happen. That's why a lot of people do expect Bitcoin to hit well over 100,000 soon after the halving. And that is just what the trend, the periodic trend over time, historical trending analysis, that's what that shows. So we expect the same thing to happen. These trends with Bitcoin really do repeat themselves.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I mean, we've seen, time and time again, just Bitcoin going absolutely crazy when the halving happens. And like you said, usually it's about a half a year to a year after the halving. So, we're looking at end of 2024 into 2025. I think we potentially see another big bull run for crypto as a whole.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think we can slowly wrap it up here. So yeah, if anybody is looking to get one of those NFTs, you're gonna have to be whitelisted. There's a form in the chat. Go into it, put your details in it, and then the team's gonna take your wallet address, whitelist you, and you're gonna be able to go onto the alpha mining page and mint your NFT. So Tyler, I want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for answering all the questions that people had. Any final words before we leave here and let everybody enjoy their weekend?
Just a couple words for you, Eric, and everybody listening. For one, Eric, you've been an awesome supporter of us for so long. I'm very glad that we're so close and very well connected, from a content creator standpoint to a project standpoint, but also hopefully soon in the near future, we can get together to some capacity, become friends. You've been awesome to work with over the past very long while. I mean, how long have we been connected for at this point? It's been probably a year and a half. And so I'm very, very happy to have this connection and network with you. Thank you for promoting our mint here today. It was a fun time being live with you. And then to the audience, thank you guys for being here. I am so happy with the progress so far. I do anticipate this to go really well over the weekend and the rest of today. We do have a ton of videos and content with other content creators and project owners and founders going out today and tomorrow. So we're going to be consistently adding to the whitelist. We're going to pump this through. We're already well over 15% minted in just about an hour. And so I think that, we've got a really good head on our shoulders moving forward into this weekend. I can't wait. Hopefully next week we can start to deploy this capital and increase our hash rate closer to that 100,000 mark. And then all the way to the 200,000 mark as we get through tier 4. So I'm very, very excited. And again, thank you so much, Eric, for having me up today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my ultimate pleasure to have you on. I mean, I've been, like you said, with this project for about a year and a half now, and I've seen you guys build, the vision that you once had a year ago to today is absolutely astonishing, the progress that you guys have made. So shout out to you guys, shout out to the team at Alpha Shares. And yeah, I mean, if you guys are looking to get one of these NFTs, be a part of the community, I'll leave all the links in the description below to their Discord, their Twitter, the form to get whitelisted. But with that being said, I mean, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, do it on your way out. But with that being said, I mean, we'll catch you guys in the next AMA, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Eric. And yes, we have to see you guys in the next video. Make sure you show up and watch every single one of Eric's videos. They're the best ones out there. So thank you so much, Eric, again, and have a great rest of your day and weekend ahead of you too.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Tyler. And you guys as well. Have a good weekend. Bye.